Hello, and welcome to another RANGROO's Unit of the Week. And today we are taking a look at the M48A3 CHAPARRAL for the United States. So during the mid to late 60s, the CHAPARRAL rolled off production lines and became one of America's early base air-to-air missile systems. Now you may notice the missiles on the CHAPARRAL look pretty identical to Sidewinder missiles that you see on the planes. And yeah, you're pretty much right. They got Sidewinder missiles, and instead of making them from an air-to-air roll, they made them from a ground-to-air roll. And throughout the years, from the late 60s all the way to the 90s, when it finally got decommissioned, they made an awful lot of improvements to the system. One of the major ones being that the first generation of CHAPARRAL missiles used the infrared guidance system of the Red Eyes manpad system, while the later models of the CHAPARRAL in the 80s and whatnot used the guidance system of the Stinger missile, improving its accuracy. The whole idea of the CHAPARRAL was to deploy it with American Vulcan miniguns, and the Vulcan minigun AA systems would be the close range, while the CHAPARRALs would act as a longer range missile system. Now in game, the M48A3 CHAPARRAL is a 70-point American support AA unit, and like most AA units, it only has one weapon. That one weapon being the MIM-72G, which is the proper designation of the missile, with a range to helicopters of 3,325 meters, airplane to 2,625 meters, accuracy of 50%, HE power of 6, suppression of 240, and a reload time of 20 seconds. Overall, a very long range anti-helicopter AA system. The reload time is not 20 seconds per missile, but after it shoots 4 missiles or finishes off a rack, it has to reload, and that's when it takes its time. But apart from that, a rather nice missile. And if we just pop down to its miscellaneous stats, it has 1 frontal armor and 1 on the side, but they couldn't afford to put any on the back or on top. I have 5 HP, medium size, good air detection, a speed of 60 km/h off-road, 110 on-road, poor stealth, an autonomy of 410 km. It's amphibious at 30 km/h. It is year restricted to 1988, and it is typed into mechanized, marine, armored, and support decks. Now in battle, your CHAPARRAL is it shoots down helicopters. It's its one job. It kills enemy helicopters at quite a long distance. And it's such a long distance that there's only 2 other Blue 4 AA units that shoot at 3,325 meters, one of them being the ADATCH and the other one the Tan Sam Sword Arrow. Now out of these 3, I'd have to say the CHAPARRAL is the best run for purely killing helicopters. Compared to the ADATCH, it's cheaper, 40 points cheaper, pretty big deal. And compared to the Tan Sam, even though the Tan Sam is 5 points cheaper, it has 10% less accuracy and 1 less HE power. Also, it only carries 8 missiles compared to the CHAPARRAL's Trove. And when this thing does manage to get the range on helicopters, it kills them with extreme prejudice, due to the fact that its great range allows you to cover a huge airspace, sometimes even half the map on the smaller run-v-run maps, and decent accuracy, and you can usually get off quite a few missiles first before having to do the reload, so you can easily cut in half Soviet crazy helicopter assault shoot down those RC Hinds, and heck, you can even kill those KA-52s before they can get into seed range. There are a few downsides of the CHAPARRAL. The first one being that it's extremely weak, hardly any armor, and it only has 5 HP compared to other vehicles' 10. And it's a little bit on the slow side. 60 km/h is standard, I'd say, for a lot of AA units, but with the CHAPARRAL you need to get that thing out of danger fast because it is literally a rat tissue. So be careful when someone tries to directly bomb it. but apart from that, it's rather nice. You don't really get that many great options for Bluethorn for long-range anti-helicopter killing, but this thing does get the job done. And when you need those Hinds and KA-50s out the air, look no further, you got the bloody Chaparral. And Rel, that's all I have time for. This has been another RANGROO's Unit of the Week. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and as usual, please just take it easy.